Hi, everybody.
This
Thanks
is
for being here today. My friend Bill is back,
yeah,
and we are excited to do readings today. Bill, I love that shirt.
yeah. I love those Hawaiian shirts. I have there's the two of them that I have that are exactly the same,
Mm.
and I would go show, but then it would show the crap that's all right behind me, and I don't really want to show off the crap that's right behind me
Yeah,
because
that's a good idea. But I love that shade of red, and it pops really well off of the yellow. I think
yeah.
it was a great choice.
Well, that's what I just said because I washed it and I thought, oh, I'm gonna wear this on, and because it's also with the background and being that gold, it contrasts very well.
It really does. And
At
our
least that,
friend Anna is in the chat. Hi, Anna. Thank you for being here today.
yeah. You know.
Yeah, so Bill and I were just chit-chatting, and I was just asking him about um, the decks that he planned to use today. And he pulled out a bag of Scrabble
Grab.
tiles, which I actually love because I recently saw a video where the young lady was sharing all of her charm casting
Yeah.
kits, and one of them included a bag of those Scrabble tiles. And
Okay.
what she does is she reaches in, grabs a handful, tosses them, and then she tries to, the first word she can put together, that's the word that she uses for.
Okay.
Um, hmm
Because what I was thinking about trying is asking is if I use these is if whoever asked the question could give me a number and I'll pull out exactly that number of tiles and then I'll see what.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's funny that you say that because I got something new this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. I've not shown these yet. Doo.
One of those.
These are tiles.
Yeah.
They look like Scrabble tiles, but instead they are,
Arrow tiles.
yes.
Oh, where'd you get those from?
I got these from an Etsy shop,
Yeah.
and I actually was eyeing, she had a set of like the metal tiles.
Yeah.
But then I was looking at a review, and the woman was using the plastic ones, and the sound just, I knew I had to get the plastic ones because it
Yeah,
almost sounds like when you're shuffling dominoes.
I see.
So
Yeah.
I loved it right away, and I had to get them. So yeah, they just arrived yesterday, and I've been messing with them. I love that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put these in another bag, but then they're in this Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can get a little drawstring like this,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or so that you don't see what you're pulling, or like one of those tarot bags. This is the one that I use for my charms. But yeah, I mean, this fits the deck, and you could possibly do something like that, if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
That would mean I either have to try to make something or I need to buy something.
Oh no. No, let's not do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jay. Thank you for being here. Jay, I'm happy that you're here because I've been meaning to check in with you and see if you might, whenever you have time, if you might be interested in moderating for me, periodically. So that would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
And
For those people that are in the chat and everything, there's these buttons here. I don't know
yes,
if they're backwards yet. Don't forget about these buttons.
like and subscribe. Okay,
Yeah.
and we have a friend in the chat. Soy
Milwaukee.
Kawaki. Soy Kawaki. Hola. Hola. Hola,
Mhm.
¿cómo estás? Welcome, welcome. Oh, yay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. So, yeah, Bill and I are going to be reading
Mhm.
today. So, if anyone has a question and you want to drop it into the chat, if you could just uh, type me in capitals and then put your question so that we know.
And then also put a number in there for like between 1 and 20 or something like that.
Beautiful. All right, Jay. Check to see, Jay, if you can see your wrench. Anna, future of my relationship with Braulio. Well, I don't know what your stand on this is, Bill, but I don't typically read third party.
Okay.
Yay! But I'm happy to do like a love, like a check in on the energy around, for you in terms of love, if that would be okay.
So what is your love relationship? Would she like to pick a number between like 1 and like 13 or something?
Okay, Anna, can you pick a number from 1 to 13? We're trying something different today, something fun. Ooh, 8. Okay, so she has tried 8.
8. And then so we're looking at the question is, what is the future of my love relationship? Okay.
Yes. So I'm doing like a general love reading.
Or maybe the question is, does my okay, my love relationship, my love, my romance, is there a future?
Wow.
Is it okay.
I love your tiles. Hey, Ange. Welcome. Okay, so Anna would like us to know that she is single. Okay. Hi, Early Taylor. Thanks for dropping in.
Um, well, that's a different question altogether. She just changed the question. If
The
she's
That's why I'm saying let's do just a general love reading. I believe that Braulio is probably a friend or someone in her life that it's likely that she's interested in a little bit more.
okay, so maybe it's what is the future of my crush?
What's just like a general love reading.
General love. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm using a new deck and they've changed the names of the court cards, so I have to check to see what it is. Yes, yes. So she says yes. Braulio is a friend. Hmm. All right.
I'm not ready.
That is quite all right. I can start us off.
Interesting. This is actually really interesting. Okay, I'm going to do, let's see. Let's go.
All right. So Anna, I'm gonna go ahead and get us started for you. And I may be having a little bit of, I don't know, am I freezing on your end, Bill?
I don't see it. They might see it on your end though.
I see. Okay. Oh, there it is. Everything is here. Okay. Yay. All right. So I lost the chat for a minute and I wanted to make sure that I could see and respond. Okay. So Anna, big cards for you today. And the kind of overall feeling that I get is that now is the time more than ever. I'm going to show you the first card that I pulled, and it is the Awakening card, right? This is a card of, to me, it almost seems like you're coming to the realization. You're coming to the realization that the time is now. That outstretched hand uh, kind of signifies that this is the time. This is the time. And the interesting in the next card is the Chariot, which means it's time to take action. Like with these two cards, first of all, like both of these cards are major arcana cards. This is a call to action. You are having an awakening. It is time to take that next step. And the Chariot, that's a card of action. It's time to take action here. With with those cards, I pulled the Elephant charm. And elephants are very smart. But because of their size, they move very slowly, right? So this tells me that I do feel like this is the time, but I would not say that you want to go in like 150%, right? Like you're gonna want to pace yourself in this energy moving forward. The last card that I pulled for you is the Spirit of Cups. So this would be like the King of Cups. So it's very easy for me to interpret this as male energy, right? This could be the energy of um, a person who is emotionally intelligent, a leader, someone who is ready. They've done all the things, they've gone through many experiences in life, and they're just emotionally sound and compassionate, in tune with their intuition, and ready to take the next steps. I feel like when you look at all of this together, which is interesting because the second charm that I pulled is the paperclip. And that makes me think like when you put all of this together, it's telling me the time is now. It's time to do something. And don't be afraid. Just be smart with what you're doing and move at a natural pace. That is the advice that I have for you. Hopefully that's helpful. Anna, and I wish you all the best. Wouldn't that be wonderful? With Valentine's Day tomorrow right around the corner. That would be amazing. So Ange is
Okay.
out running errands and wanted to say hello. And Jay as well. I'm happy that you're both here. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. So I will pass it then to Bill. If Bill, are you ready?
Okay. So first thing that came to mind was in my missile was taste and see. Taste and see, but the page number added up to the number 8. So all the numbers, so 8 being an abundance number, and is romance in your future. And then we have on my the words that stood out on my little word card were him, see, appear. And however, and we in a this one I got like a love affair. Maybe there's a love affair. However, there is a different energy that is here as well. Is one of paranoia. And this card flipped out of my deck 3 times. And so I figure that this one
Mhm.
is so there's some kind of another energy here. It may not be um it may not be what you are expecting. So you may have there's some other energies here. So a love affair, but maybe you'd be a little bit paranoid about such things, and or insecure, or being cautious. And then with my tiles, the word now, not now. That's also kind of
Wow.
interesting. It was now, but also the word not. And there were other characters, a lot of I, a lot of I is going on. So maybe now, let's see. How can I arrange this so that it's not backwards here? We have now, but then the T comes up, and maybe that's not. So it's
Mm.
yes, you're ready for love, but maybe not ready for love. You're ready to have a love affair now, but there's a there's maybe some insecurity about this, some caution. And then we go to the tarot. It is maybe you're ready for something new, but there is this other kind of an emotion here. So there's this duality of things that are going on. There is a now, yes, and maybe not, and that's kind of what I'm getting. But then this other thing with going into my missile, it was just like wait and see what happens.
Mm.
That wait and see, and so maybe I'm not doing. Maybe your object, maybe the object of your love that is is just a crush, and that maybe it's going to be someone else. I'm not really just I wasn't reading on that, but I was trying to phrase that question.
Mhm.
What is the future of your love relationship? What is the maybe it's a not now with that person, your crush?
Mhm.
It doesn't say that maybe it's not now, it's because there's some insecurities. Maybe it's, insecurities. There's some caution there, but love affair. A love affair is on the horizon.
Oh, so maybe not a relationship, maybe a little fling.
Yeah, a fling, affair. And so you have this
Mhm.
now if you're looking at this 4 of cups and something being pulling you away. And though this one in if we look at it's like maybe there's too much self absorption here, being too absorbed in this moment,
Mhm.
being pulled away from it. And so that's that not now. But then maybe there's a now element, because not now is too much of this. And then there's a bit of this element of that it's maybe it's just not, it's just for whatever this person you're thinking about, maybe this is not the one. And you
Mhm.
need to open your eyes up so that you can see him appear, so you can see him appear and taste and see the goodness of the moment. Taste and see the goodness.
Mm.
See him
Mhm.
see him appear. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So being
Actually, I think it does. It sounds like that might be what is already happening right now.
Yeah, because there's all this I stuff going on.
Mhm.
I, and the focus is just on I, and it's not really a focus on, and then it's also this other focus on now, because we're being impatient. And instead of coming in a place of impatience, you need to get
Yes.
into a place of taste and see, wait and see what is over the horizon. Wait and see what what is there, and then
Mhm.
you can see him appear.
Yes. So, Anna, let's revisit because Bill and I have two different reads, right? So, mine is a very direct message. And what I'm thinking is that everything hangs on this final card, the Spirit of Cups. So, I was describing this person as being someone who is emotionally intelligent, someone who is available and ready for life and for commitment with another person. This is a person who is a natural born leader, right? They're confident, they're compassionate, they're loving, they're caring. So I would say we have the card of awakening, right? And we had the card of the chariot, direction, taking action, like putting a plan into place. I would say this is the energy that you want to move towards. This king of cups energy. Any character that comes into the scene who is not demonstrating this behavior, this energy towards you, that's not the right person. Mhm. Yes. And I got that slow energy too, right? With the elephant charm.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Well, I just found it interesting. You picked that number 8, Anna, and when I pulled up that page in this missile, first thing came up was this psalm line of "Taste and see the goodness of the Lord." And so, and then I looked at the page number and I wrote down 899. I added those digits together and it reduced down to number 8. And so, so that it kind of sees that yes, there is something there, but as she says, there's a sense that maybe what you're looking at right now is not what's there.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, thank you for
Just slow yes, she says. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So definitely wishing you the best with that and be smart and take your time. Move slowly.
So, being that it's almost Valentine's Day, could I share a story?
Sure.
Okay, I don't want to distract from everything, but there was like actually never had a date on Valentine's Day before or anything like that. So
Mm.
uh, there was just one year I put out an ad in Craigslist looking for a date for Valentine's Day, and I got one, and I went on this date with some random girl. Well, and then it was like turned out to be a total disaster because she was more interested in playing the video poker game in front of her, and not at all interested in, once she saw me, it's like, oh, I don't. This is going to be a terrible situation, So this is that sense of trying to rush things
Mm.
and how things don't always work out. But I don't know. I just thought about that because I had I
Yes, because sometimes we want something so bad that we try to make it fit the mold.
Yeah, exactly, and I hadn't
Mhm.
I almost completely forgot about that until this moment because I thought, well, I better say it because, if we go on to the next one, then it'll all go out of my head again and be completely.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad that you did say it. All right. Well, Anna says thank you. And thank you, Anna, for allowing us to read. And hello, Christine. Welcome to the chat. Christine is asking if she could have a card. So, Christine, um, what's the topic or the theme? Are you thinking about career? Are you thinking about home? Are you looking for a message from spirit? Are you?
She just wants a single card.
Yes. So that we can kind of decide like what deck would be best. Because, yeah, I can give you a card right now, but I want to make sure that it makes sense for you. Okay.
Career.
Career. All right. A career reading, Bill.
A career reading, and so not just a single card reading, but a career reading, and I will go through my. All right, a career.
Yes.
So is
Career.
that change in career or just in general?
Christine, are you just getting started? Are you like searching for jobs, or are you in a job and looking to change jobs?
General.
General. Okay.
So, okay, then did you wanna select a number?
All right. Christine, please choose a number between 1 and 13. All right. Christine is in a job. Okay. That's helpful. And number 12.
Number 12. Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much, Christine, and welcome. Thank you for being here.
About Christine's about Christine.
Oh, you were at the full moon last night, Christine. Yes, wasn't that good? I'm not gonna lie, Christine. I woke up and I was tired today, but it was so good and it was so worth it. Bill, where were you? You didn't come last night.
Oh, what was I hold on. Oh, I was doing something. I know I was in town all day yesterday.
Mm, yeah. The weather turned out to be beautiful and amazing. Oh yeah, it was incredible. We had a fire. No fire extinguishers were required. Ooh, I have a very nice reading for you, Christine. Okay. I don't know how long you have been in your current position, but I kind of get the overall feeling that right now might not be the time to transition. The card that I drew for you is the Seven of Pentacles. No, this is a very slow energy. This is a card of having patience. This speaks to, you know, putting the things out there into the universe that you're hoping to get and kind of biding your time until it's ready. And so, if we think about this in terms of career, this is early stages. So I would say perhaps you're still picking up things. You're still perhaps learning or growing or developing. It almost feels like there's still a lesson for you to learn in your current place before you move on to a new opportunity. And I feel like this is all very favorable. I pulled the lucky charm, right? The four leaf clover, right? So this tells me don't fret. You're exactly where you need to be at this moment in time. You're being asked to take a pause, to reflect. So it could be that you're still learning. It could be that you're still picking up skills. It could be that you're not yet ready or you don't exactly have a focus for what you would like to see for yourself down the road. In any case, this card is asking you to take some time to plug in and to meditate and kind of think about what those next steps might be. If you were manifesting the perfect job for yourself, what would that be? What is required? What would be the perfect scenario? What are the things that you feel like are non negotiables, and what would you be willing to sacrifice if you could get something else? With this card, I have pulled for you the little dragonfly. So I connect this with spirit. It's just really speaking to connecting, and this could be connecting even with like your higher self, right? Connecting and just really thinking about, where you see yourself, where you envision yourself down the road. So I don't see it as right now being the right time, but I'll tell you what, I pulled an oracle card for you. You have the power. You have the power, and I don't know if you see the figure in the card. That's a witch, my friend. That is the ultimate manifester. That is the ultimate manifester. You have the power. And with this card, I pulled this charm here that for me is kind of like the wheel of fortune. And I feel like things right now are shifting and changing, but it's not exactly the right time, but the right time is coming. You have to, when that opportunity presents itself, you have to be ready for it. And right now, I don't see that you're ready just yet, but you potentially could be on the right path, doing some of the things, but there's still some further work required. But my friend, this is the reminder here. You have the power. This is almost like magician energy too, right? Like knowing what your tools are and learning how to use them to your advantage. and to your benefit. And not only knowing what tools you have, but knowing what you don't have and then working towards getting that. Because sometimes there's skills that we need to move from one job to the other that we don't exactly have, but somebody else does. And then we lose the opportunity because we're not ready. So, what could those skills be? We don't know because you're being asked to reflect. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Oh, you just bought clover spice. That's powerful. Maybe you're a kitchen witch. That's amazing. That's amazing. I wish you all the best. Work is hard, right? Because it's one of those things that's necessary. Like we kind of need it. We kind of need it to live. But we could be happy doing it. So yeah, why not? Why not? So what were your plans for the clover spice when you first bought it? Tell me. Because I use clovers um, in a lot of my holiday cooking. So I'm just curious. Oh, thank you, Lexi.
Okay. All right. So I got a lot of information here.
Oh, good.
Um, my first word that came up was tolerance. That you need to have some tolerance here. And maybe
Mm.
you don't particularly like your job, and you need to work on self-control here.
Hmm.
Temporary in being self-control, and then we have a sense of a mountain, and so you need to stay put for a while, stay put, and then there's a sense that maybe another offer might come in the future.
Mm.
But you need to really involve yourself in the experience right now and be like a mountain. And so if and show some self-control and balance, and just spend your time trying. You can think of these two cups, of the energies flowing in between these two cups. While you are tolerating your situation, you are transforming it into something new, so that maybe something like in the future might come to pass. It may come to pass, and your luck will change, and that new offer will come up. So the other kinds of energies that came in here is, with this oracle, it was intimacy. Now, would I apply this to your situation of career, where it may be all about unity and unifying yourself, becoming just becoming one with your job, or just being there in your job in that moment, because we also got the word one. The word one came up, and one,
Mm.
but with that also the word one, it is zone, zone,
Hmm.
hone, and honing your skills,
Oh,
staying
yeah.
staying present, staying where you're at, and honing your skills. Because there was this other word that came up out of your 12 tiles, was year. Maybe you need to stay in this thing for a year more.
That's fascinating. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the ones that came in, because but first it was all about, you need to stay here, tolerate your situation, find some way to gain some unity in yourself with it, be like a mountain and be like a mountain.
Mhm. I love that. And you know, with that card of intimacy, right? Like a lot of times when you're at work and, the big boss has this big, idea and we're going to do all these things. And then, you got the people in the group that are like, yay, great idea. And then you're like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So maybe it's asking you to put, those personal feelings aside and just support the overall
Vision.
team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because I remember that when we had a new food and beverage manager come into the casino, and he had all these big plans and do this. Oh, we're gonna do this like this over there in Las Vegas land, but yeah, I said you're not in Las Vegas. You're in an Indian gaming casino in Oregon, and this
Mm-hmm.
is Vegas. And or this is Atlantic City. This, and then he said, "Oh yeah, I was like trained in customer service, and all this and Disney and this. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe those things work in Vegas, but they ain't gonna work here." And which is
Mhm.
true. None of that stuff worked. Now, well, they did shift the alcohol policy somewhat, which made it more dangerous for us because you're pushing up against that. It was like we were in a situation where we had to actually count every drink that we served.
Mm.
And then I was like keeping track, and some of my bosses were thinking, why are you doing all this? Well, I'm just keeping track of my sales, and I'm trying to keep track because it was like the rules were one drink a half an hour every half hour, but some people would, and I think, okay, he did allow to take that off of that so that you just like are tracking people according to how visibly intoxicated they were, and that which made it better. You made more money, but what is
Mm.
my what is my point here is that you have all these changes, but sometimes those changes are a bunch of BS and they just don't work because each system, each place where you're at has its own sort of way, and and changing that way is very, very difficult.
It is, and sometimes we expend a lot of energy kind of resisting, right? Resisting the change, and it's gonna happen anyways. And so sometimes, you do have to go with the flow in order to give yourself a little bit of peace of mind and get through the experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Christine, definitely, she's impressed. She says, "Wow, impressive." So great job. Yeah. And Jay says, "Those were the days."
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were the days of and
Yes. Very nice. Yeah. So, oh, hey, Chris, welcome back.
Chris. Yeah, welcome.
Yes, I saw your comment earlier and I thought that maybe you were busy doing other things. I'm glad that you came back.
So let me go add up all the numbers I got here and see if they all come up to 12.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you know back then when you were bartending that one day you would be a painter?
Oh, I was painting then.
You were painting then.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
how
I was
cool.
painting. Yeah. Yeah, I was painting. I was painting at that time, but I wouldn't have guessed that I would be doing anything like psychic readings or anything.
Mhm.
The you know, yeah, such a
Oh,
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Anyway, that's enough.
I'm glad that you brought the tiles with you today. Is that the first time you read with those tiles?
Well, I have them. It's the first. I just thought that I would do it, but I had some earlier videos where I used the tiles in it, but I was like using it more or less as to pull three tiles out for like initials.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
but
see.
I'm going to be using the tiles for literally for to get a for this for get a word or something like that.
Yeah. All right, Chris, enjoy your walk. Enjoy the sunlight. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Important. Important to get that vitamin C.
Yeah.
It's vitamin C. Now, let me see here.
Might.
We just have a few people in the chat. Bill and I are doing readings today.
Yeah.
If there was anyone that had a question, feel free to drop it in the chat. We are happy to read for you.
Yeah.
We've been able to do 2 readings so far. That was really interesting on the first reading, right? Because we both got completely different readings.
But maybe it was the way you phrased the question in your head and the way I phrased the question in my head. We
Yes.
didn't we didn't have a unified question because 'cause while I was starting to do the reading, it was like the question changed.
The question. Yeah.
You know, the
Um Jay has to go. Jay's doing a show with Bobby and she has to get ready. Well, thank you so much for being here, Jay. It was good to
probably
see you.
probably
Have
for all.
fun.
Maybe could you ask if Bobby wants to go on my Coloring the Tarot show? I sent him an
Email him. Why don't you email him?
I sent him an email. I haven't heard anything. It probably went into his spam folder.
That's possible. Maybe it's not his thing though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Maybe it's not his thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, let's see here, Bill. Perhaps we can do something a little different since we don't have a lot of people in the chat.
Okay.
So the I am very much intrigued by the crossword puzzle oracle that you put together, and I happen to be a huge fan of those puzzles. I have books and books and books of them in my dresser.
Yeah.
How did you end up putting that together?
Well, these are losing scratch tickets because I'm a gambler.
I see.
End up working in casinos, and then I also was a huge lottery. I've been playing the lottery for quite a few years. My
Oh, I thought those were crossword puzzles.
No, no, they
Oh,
were
interesting. Okay,
they're losing scratch tickets.
I see. Now, do you periodically add to that deck?
No, I don't. Kind of the way I made these things is I chose the number that I was going to have in it, and then I kind of cut them according to a size. I don't know, some random size. I cut them randomly, and I tried
Mhm.
to look at the words as I was cutting the cards because that kind of influenced things. So I wanted to make it more random, and then and then then I tried to make them as close to the same size as possible.
Now,
And
did you put something on the backs?
yeah, I put a number.
I
So when
see.
I put a number on it, that kind of set it into being what it was. I think it was that was to me was the activation. I activated them by numbering them, or maybe I put a little symbol on them or something like that.
Mhm.
And
I love that. Have you ever done any work with sigils?
with what?
Sigils?
What is that?
They're symbols, like similar to what you say, where you create a sigil based on the intention that you're putting into, whatever it is that you're working on. So you just said that you activated them. So that very much reminds me of working with sigils.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-mm-mm.
oh, hi, Celine.
Mm. Okay, I don't know if the chat is delayed or what is happening. So I did see Jay say, ask them, you never know. Oh, hey, Selena. How are you? Welcome. You had a long day today. I think you said yesterday that you were working 15 hours. How was that? Did you survive? That is a very long shift. Hola. I think she's inspired by your shirt, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same amount, she says. It's been very busy at the hospital. Yeah, I bet. You know, they say that on the night of the full moon, there's always a lot more activity at
Yeah,
hospitals and police stations.
your comment there kind of reminds me of a poem I wrote. Can I, with that whole 16 hours? Was that? Oh, yeah, it was not in here. It was in this other poem. I think I read it the other day.
Oh, you wrote a poem? Are you
No,
gonna be Karen is hosting a show, like her little poets. I forget what it's called.
no,
But I was wondering if you were gonna be attending that.
I haven't heard
They have a special guest.
anything about it.
Mm, I
Well,
see.
maybe I'll read this one. This was I read this poem on my show the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
it was
Selena says it's pure chaos. I could only imagine.
it's when I did a writing exercise based on how you maybe it wasn't this one. I don't know. Anyways, it was a writing exercise on how to write dialogue. And because not everybody can write dialogue, and I still can't write dialogue, and so it's like, okay, that's just not me. You know, like what's his name who wrote Star Wars? He can't write dialogue.
Oh, okay. I
George
see.
Lucas couldn't write dialogue, and so um, so when they were doing Star Wars, they had these weird lines and all the act and when they would do those like behind the scenes interviews and they talked about that and they're like, gosh, people don't talk that way. Actors were
Mm-hmm.
about fact they couldn't write dialogue. But anyways, an exercise, writing exercise for how to learn how to write dialogue is when you go to the restaurant, you go to cafes and stuff like that, you ask to be seated by tables where there are extremely chatty people. And
Mm.
then you sit down there and you write down everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you listen to how people talk in conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And then and so you try to write that and then you try to you look at that stuff and try to and then you try to internalize that stuff, and then if you're successful in internalizing that stuff, then that's how you can learn how to write dialogue.
Mm.
But it requires being a peeping tom or something like that.
Oh, that wouldn't be for me then.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Selena is getting ready for her vacation. Packing. Selena's gonna be spending some time in Florida.
Oh, oh,
Well, the weather here is very beautiful right now. It's
yeah.
very
So,
warm and toasty. So, Bill, what shows do you have coming up on your channel?
well, I am on Monday. I'm gonna go read on Angie's channel,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and then on Tuesday I have Heather from Indigo coming on my channel like at 1. I think at 1 o'clock she's gonna do We're going to do a coloring the tarot.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then, and so I don't really have, don't know when I'm going to do Saturday night.
Oh, well, on Saturday, Miss Tarot D is going to be on my channel.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be doing I think a self-care spread. Yeah, so that'll be exciting because I don't think I've seen Miss Tarot D live since December, I think. It's
Oh,
been a while.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was before the holidays for sure. But yeah, she'll be on my channel on Saturday.
Mhm.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, it doesn't look like we have a lot of traffic in the chat. So maybe we can, you know,
And do something else. Yeah.
mhm.
What would you like to do?
Well, we can. Did you have a new deck that you might want to try?
I, I do and I don't because they're not, I have another deck, but it's like I'm not, I have I'm not ready to do that one because I want to, well, actually, we can look through it. I think I have it here. We can look through it, but I'm not going to. I haven't shuffled it yet, and I don't want to shuffle it yet.
I
And
hear you on that. Sometimes when I get a deck and it's new and I'm still working with it, I don't want to shuffle it until I'm ready to.
yeah, let me see. I thought I put it over here. Let me find it. Where is it?
All right. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna share with the ladies and gents in the chat. This is my newest trinket here, and this is the Charm Cast Tarot, and these are a lot of fun. And you can see they're like little tiles, RWS tiles with like doodle figures on them.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom is here. Hey, Tom. And these are pretty cool. I'm looking forward to working with these. I had a lot of fun yesterday going through them and kind of putting them in order. I don't know why I did that because then I just threw them back into the bag.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
adorable.
this is my It's an oracle deck. Yeah. It's called "What's Blocking You." I've had it for a few months. I was just,
Mhm.
I was going to do a video on it, but I don't have enough memory on my phone in order to do the video on it, so I have to do some editing in order to clear out the memory.
Oh, yeah.
Got there because it's like the first title is "Love Sucks" card that's in there. I think, oh yeah, I think I can say some things about that. Granted, it's not really in order. It could be
Uh-huh.
in any order. I mean, what does that say? It says lust, not love.
Oh, is this a love deck?
Yeah, it is. It's a single and
Mm.
yeah. So this is like mixed signals, need rescuing,
Mm-hmm.
no good ones, um, not being you, not committed. Yeah, so this is just a purely a love one, not compatible, and so forth. So I want to, yeah,
Yeah.
not my type.
Where'd you find this deck?
Oh, I found it at the Evil Empire. At Bezos.
Okay, like an actual store.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos Empire.
Ah, okay. And what
And
made you want to have you been looking at that deck for a while or you just saw it and felt inspired?
no, because I was thinking in terms of when I was splitting my channel to do one where I was just would do nothing but divination, and I was
Oh.
looking at a oracle deck for relationships and so
Hmm.
forth. And this one popped in my feed, so
Is that still something you're thinking of doing?
oh, absolutely, I'm still thinking about it. I just haven't. I have these videos that I wanted to edit and load up onto it. I just haven't done the editing because you'd rather do the fun stuff first, and then
Mm.
maybe in because editing video on your telephone on that small screen is extremely difficult.
Do you know that I edit every single video on my phone?
Yeah, well, I have
And I would say you're 100% correct. It is very difficult.
yeah, and so I'm using the YouTube. I used to use I used to use CapCut to do my editing, but then
Mm.
CapCut started they started making um all the features cost money. And so I thought, okay, well then too many things were costing money, and so okay, and then I would have to like, you would accidentally choose the wrong feature, and then it was like a pro feature, and it costs money, and then you can't. There's no back button on it because once you
Oh.
then you have to go back and redo the whole thing again, and then you try to be more careful. Then after that, I just said, well, you know what? It's uninstall. I
Mm.
uninstalled it, and then I just used YouTube Create, and which is a free app that's offered um,
Yes.
on from YouTube. It doesn't have all those fancy features that CapCut did because CapCut was created by TikTok.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then the
Well,
other, yeah,
Lexi does everything on her phone too. She uses VLLO, and
yeah,
that's free.
yeah,
I do it on my phone. I have an iPhone, so I use iMovie,
yeah,
which is free. But the limitation is unless you have a Mac, then you can't do it on the desktop. You have to do it on the phone.
yeah.
So that's a bit of a challenge. But I've learned how to do everything. Um,
Yeah, so there are those issues editing and
mm,
your on your computer in Premiere, and so the thing is that now um CapCut had a desktop version of it, and actually I have that loaded up on a desktop, but my desktop is in the garage, and you know how cold it is right now.
yeah.
And I used to, and it, in editing on that computer, it was really nice because it was dual screen
Mm.
and a good sound system. But I can't exactly bring that into the house because it would be like, okay, this would annoy my mother to no end,
Yes.
because my
Mhm.
music annoys my mother to no end, so I don't listen to music. And
Mhm. Tom uses his computer, Premiere. Okay, so he uses Premiere.
and
All
Celine
right.
uses iPad and iMovie.
iPad and iMovie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. And Celine, we had that conversation about when we started. And I asked her about YouTube things, and then you have to. It was surprised by how much memory it uses up.
Mhm.
And I've only paid for, like, with Google, and the memory. I pay $3 a month, and I get X number of gigabytes of memory space for photos and so forth. And right now I'm at 90% capacity. And so if I want to go up to a higher a month, then it's like $13 a month. And I just,
Well,
um,
and that only helps to a certain extent because I thought that I could do that, right? I was like, I'll pay for 1 TB of storage. Well, that doesn't apply for the movies, right?
yeah,
Once the actual phone storage, whatever you purchase, a 16, a 32, whatever you have, once that's
yeah,
full, it's full. So
yeah,
I ended up doing the external drive.
yeah. And I have 3 drives filled with data of nothing but like photographic, a lot of it's from the past, but still
Mhm.
it's. And so then what I do is I go in and like yeah, so I have these videos, I got to finish them. I get five. If I get five of these, can get five of them done, then I can get all the source stuff, just wipe that out, and then I just save the final copy. I upload that, and then every now and then I'll go back and download them and put them onto that external drive thing, and then I can
Mhm.
just get my memory down, and so there's no reason to pay for that extra amount. You just have
Right.
to do the work, and that's the hard part.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she's going to be recording 3 videos this weekend. Yeah. So this is like the next video to record, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. I just don't have and I have like plans for my channel. One of the things I wanted to do was so this would be like um, maybe for a video type, and it would be spin the bottle of fortune, and I have like these 9 little blocks, and then
Mm.
you can spin a bottle, and these are blossoms that came off of trees and things on my property, and so
Mhm.
there's this one blank one, and so I think that it would work. And so if you were doing like a pick a pile thing, or pick a thing, maybe a reading where and then you have these numbers, and then you pick a number, or not pick a number, you just let this spin this bottle, and
Yes.
it'll correspond to a card or a grouping of cards or something like that.
I love
Uh,
how unique your oracles are, right? Because
mm,
it just goes to show you don't always have to run out and consume the next deck that's out there.
yeah,
You can really divine with just about anything.
yeah, you can. And so my
Mm-hmm.
one of my 2025 goals is to not spend any more money on decks. And so
Mm.
I do have 3 other decks that or maybe is it 2 or 3 that are still in the cellophane. They're still all wrapped up, and I haven't looked at them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
might just
Selena likes the way you come up with these divination methods. I feel like everybody has a special brand of magic, and that could very well be Bill's. I love it.
kind of the randomness, and
Mhm.
I have. Let me see, because I like the mini decks, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. And so, don't look behind me here, please.
Oh, Bill.
This one, there's one others.
Bill, Bill, Bill. I love it. It
There it
makes
is.
you realize just how easy it could be to come up with your own deck, right? Like you don't have to get fancy.
Yeah. So the last.
Yeah. Selena says it's too late. We saw. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. I
Uh-huh.
know. So the these are the. I think these are the last 2. They're still wrapped up. Is this one here? And yeah,
Tom.
don't look behind them. Yeah, of course you do. And I keep on telling myself I got to clean my space up. And this one here also
Oh, that's my soul deck.
is it.
I have the full size version of that, and I love that deck.
And then I just thought, because then this is another one. I did open it up, but everyone has seen this one too.
The
And then
Golden Art Nouveau. Is that the one that's kind of shiny?
kind of shiny. Now this
Mm-hmm.
one opened up, but I haven't, and I'm not planning on shuffling this one. This actually is not one that I'm planning actually on using, because it uses requires knowledge, and because this is a Golden Dawn tarot deck.
Oh, okay.
It is the and so um yeah, I don't look at the mess behind me. Yeah, exactly. So
Bill shows up authentic. This is me. This is how I am.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, this has all it's all symbolic. It's not a symbol.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah, so this
it's still in order.
no,
Have you ever colored an actual deck?
no, and this is not one to be colored.
No, but I have often thought about Anna Turian's what's her black and white deck? Abyss. Tarot of the Abyss. I'm like dying to buy it and color it.
Well, I've seen some of those. But
But
no,
I think you have to use specific materials in order to, to get it to stay on the card.
yes, because they have a shiny surface on them. I have in back here. I have a blank tarot deck too.
Blank.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
it's a blank. It's what is it? 78, 80 cards that are blank, and you can put whatever you want on it. You know,
Oh, where did you get that?
where do you think I got it at?
Amazon?
Yes, the Evil Empire. What was it? Jeff Bezos' Evil Empire. Yeah.
Wait, is what kind of material? Is it like you can run it through a printer or what?
No. Let me see. Let me just find it.
I mean, everything looks like it's right there at your fingertips.
It is. It's just in a drawer. It's easy to find, huh? You
It's
just because
shocking what you could find on Amazon. I'm not kidding. One time I went in there and I found they were selling a tiny house
tiny
on
house.
Amazon, a tiny house.
So
And that made my day seeing it on Amazon, but not only that, like reading the reviews.
yeah.
Okay, hold on, Tom. Tarot of the Holy Spectrum has a Color Me edition. Oh, I painted my guides, my ancestors on my decks, acrylic pens. Oh, are you gonna do that? When are you gonna do that? Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Well, this is kind of like a vortex in here. You put things in, and sometimes they just vanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where this stuff vanished to.
Get it together, Bill.
Well, then I need to have a maid or something like that. What it is. It is essentially it's blank. It's a card that is blank on this side with a backing like this on that side.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think that's what it is. That's all it is. And then you can put whatever you want on it. You can make your own.
Like you
Um,
could draw with Sharpie.
yeah, or something
Kind of
like.
like Robin Toadstool. Like I mean, you can get pretty basic.
Yeah, or maybe you just kind
Oh,
of.
Selena's is cardstock.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So Selena had a Color Me deck and she did hers, but Tom hasn't done his. Oh, thank you. Yes, Selena. Please
Well,
do because I might be inspired. I bought this. I don't know if you ever, Selena, ended up getting the watercolor pencils, but I bought this ground watercolor ground that I am planning on putting in my journal and then experimenting to see if it bleeds through. So I haven't done it yet because every time I feel like watercoloring, I realize that I have to do this, wait 24 hours, and then do watercoloring. So it's annoying.
Yeah,
Oh, you got the Van Gogh set. Have you used it yet?
I like the Van Gogh set. I like the color.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna use it tonight. Because I took the liberty of tracing off the five of swords. Gonna
I
use it.
saw how you did that.
I'm gonna do a transfer method and transfer it into one of my notebooks. It's not watercolor paper, but it's it is drawing paper.
I mean, I've watercolored on just about everything.
Yeah.
I even watercolored in my composition notebook.
So like on Tuesday, I gotta go pretty soon because um I gotta mop
Okay.
gotta floor. But here's like this is something I did the other day when Karen couldn't make it to the so
Ooh, that's really pretty. All
so,
right. So basically, Selena wants to hire you to be her instructor. Lexi loves Van Gogh, like Van Gogh the paint set or Van Gogh the artist, because I'm a huge fan of Van Gogh the artist. And Van Gogh was an Aries. He was a fellow Aries.
so she,
And my favorite book that I ever read on Van Gogh was the story Lust for Life. That book made an impact on me.
well
So
maybe
Selena is taking her paint set to Florida on vacation,
yeah.
which is
Well,
perfect.
so that's right. Alexis was on the other day. She was in
Mm,
my. I was doing that. Maybe Selena wants to come on again on my show,
mm,
and I will go and do like I did with Ange, and
uh-huh.
we did the
Oh, that
painted
was so beautiful.
version of this,
Yes.
or maybe I can go with my tracing paper and I can take a piece of the image and
Mm-hmm.
not the whole image, and then things can go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Or maybe what we need to do is also you want one of these?
What is that? Oh, yeah, why not?
So if you would I have a limited number of these scratch losers left.
Mm.
And I'm not
You
actually
don't buy those anymore. You don't buy those anymore.
no, they're not in my budget.
Good. Okay.
It's not like I have a gambling addiction.
No, because you saved them. When my son turned 18, you know what
Yeah.
he couldn't wait to do? Run to the store and buy a lottery ticket.
Oh
That
yeah.
was his lifelong dream. I said, Lord, help me.
I had a story about lottery. I had a story about that.
Mm.
Why I started
Oh, hey,
playing
Sandy. How are you? Welcome.
on why I started playing the lottery, and I remember the day very distinctly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting my cards away, so
Okay.
just that I was in Seattle, and I was in Seattle. I was walking up. I don't think maybe it was Union Street or something like that. And there was one of these streets that had three different crossings of streets going about, and then a bus came up, and it was a bus on the it had rabbit ears, the electric buses that have the rabbit
Yeah.
ears on. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it was pulling around the corner, and I was like on this little island of the pavement. There was streets this way and that way and that way, and I was waiting to cross. Well, the bus pulls around the corner, and the power cords fall down, and I narrowly get missed hitting these cords, just crashing down onto the road surface, and they were
Oh.
just inches away. And then I'm thinking, and then somebody says, there was the thought in my mind was, um, the chances of winning the lottery is like the chances of getting struck by lightning. And I said, well, this is almost like lightning here. You know, electricity. This is electricity, and it fell down from the sky, almost landed on me. And
Yes. Hey, Moira, how are you?
hi.
That's funny.
And so that's how that was. And then I started playing the lottery religiously, and I figured, just any day now I'm gonna win. Of course. Well, in the last couple
I mean, that would be amazing, right?
something, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't play. I rarely play those big lotteries.
Mm.
And
I
my
am with you. I
and
am with you.
I do play the state lotteries because I look at it. I look at these lotteries as like, well, a lottery is just a voluntary tax.
A voluntary tax. I mean,
So,
some people are addicted to it.
yeah, they are. You get addicted to it,
Hmm.
but
Yes.
the voluntary tax that you have, you voluntarily. Yeah, you're right. It is a poor tax, but oh, I
Yes.
think that's enough of my. Do I have one of those cards that say my soapbox, and I'm gonna get off of my soapbox now. I don't think I have that here, but I have a little. I'll have to make another one of those. Let me see. I think I can use this one here. Soapbox. I just need the right pen.
Oh my gosh. Look at Moira. Okay, the first time I played the lottery, I filled out a card. I changed my mind. I played a second card. If I had played the first numbers, I would have won the $5 million. That cured me from playing the lotto. I feel like everybody has a similar story. I'll never forget, like, my mother had a dream once with numbers, and I don't know, somebody screwed up along the way and didn't buy the ticket, and then the numbers hit that night, and I thought she was just gonna
Yeah,
lose her mind.
yeah. Well, I do play my own numbers. I've had some interesting stories and with plain numbers that magically appeared in my environment. So you remember, like the old Nokia phones, and they had
Hmm.
like, and then, well, this one time I didn't lock the buttons out, and I would keep that phone in my front pocket. And when I got home, there was a whole string of numbers on there. Well,
Oh yeah.
I played that set of numbers in there, and I won $150.
Wow, that's cool.
And another time, I had a dream, and there was a phone number, and when I saw it in the dream, it was on this little slip of paper. And I wrote that. I woke up and I wrote it down. And I'm thinking, where did that come from? And then I actually called the number, and it was an active live phone number.
Uh-huh.
It was like some couple on Mercer Island, with some like a Bjornson name or something like that. Because I looked up the phone number, and it was on a landline. I'm thinking, where in the hell did I get that number? And then I was like, I was looking through a database, a work database, and I was looking for, thinking I looked through the whole because I was working, doing back office work at that time, and I just scoured through it. But then maybe what it was is that I wrote the number down, and it was like I took a call for one of the salespeople, and maybe I just remembered it in the back of my head. and then it just popped back up in a dream, and then but I couldn't, it was just never. I don't know, but then I played that number in the lottery, and I also won money on it as well. I think
Mhm.
the Nokia phone. The one of them was a $20 win, and the other one was a $150 win, and I don't know which one. Remember which one it was, whether it was those numbers, and so I tend to play random numbers and things like that, and and then oftentimes when I do run my lottery number, I'll run the same set of numbers for like 20 drawings or so. And like so that I'll do one line will be like a quick pick,
Mhm.
and then the other line will be a numbers that I generate. And I actually have is it in here? I did a set of cards like this for defining the lottery numbers.
Mm.
I didn't. The most I ever got was like three. Was like half the number. Anyways,
Interesting. Mm-mm-mm. Moira, by now I could be a formerly rich person.
yeah,
Yeah.
normally rich person. Yeah, yeah. So I don't have a story like that. But
No.
I do have one of the main strategies is that every for 3 years in a row between Christmas and New Year's, I left $100. I got $100 winning ticket.
Mm. Interesting.
And then when in slot play, the biggest win I ever got was like almost $1,000 on a push of a button playing a lightning link slot game. And
Oh. I don't know. I was never drawn to lotto or anything like that.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, I probably should.
Yes, I know you have to get running. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you to our friends in the chat for keeping us company. We
Yeah,
didn't get to do very many readings today, but that's, that's how it is. Sometimes, there's a lot of people that pass through, and then sometimes there's not as many that are looking for some help and guidance. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Bill.
yeah.
Have
Thank you.
a beautiful rest of your day.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.